The state of Orissa on India's east coast has turned into the world's largest graveyard for the endangered Olive Ridley sea turtle. Between November and May, once pristine beaches are littered with the rotting carcasses of a species that has survived for millions of years. During the last 9 years, over 90,000 adult Olive Ridleys have died needlessly at the hands of humans. Factors that are spelling the Ridley's doom are indiscriminate and uncontrolled mechanized fishing, planting of casuarina on nesting beaches, bright lights on the seashore near critical breeding areas. Lights on or near the beach have a severely disorienting effect on adult turtles and hatchlings. While they often deter adult turtles from nesting on a beach, they are always a fatal attraction to the hatchlings. Turtle hatchlings emerge from the sand at night and orient themselves towards the water by the faint glow over the ocean. They rush towards the sea and swim away from the shore. They are highly sensitive to artificial illumination and are attracted to it like moths to a flame. Even a small flashlight placed on the beach acts as a magnet. Every year, tens of thousands of hatchlings get attracted to lights on or near the nesting beaches and stray in the opposite direction from the sea. There, they often get stuck in vegetation or stranded on the hot sand and die. Orissa is one of only 3 places in the world where a unique phenomenon known as mass nesting takes place. On a few days or nights every year, on 2 or 3 secluded beaches, thousands of Olive Ridleys come ashore synchronously to lay their eggs. The Ridleys are believed to make their journey from the Indian Ocean south of Sri Lanka. They arrive in the coastal waters of Orissa in early November and fall prey to the nets of mechanized fishing boats. It has not always been so. For centuries, the people of Orissa have been harvesting the gifts of the sea without harming sea turtles. Using traditional fishing methods, tens of thousands of families still make an adequate living from the sea and coexist peacefully with the turtles. Intensive mechanized fishing is sounding the death knell for the traditional fisherfolk and for the turtles. Besides trawling, another kind of mechanized fishing kills turtles in very large numbers every year. It is known as gill netting. Gill nets are long, invisible nets strung underwater across the sea. Sometimes they can be as long as 3 kilometers. For turtles, these are walls of death. Swimming turtles get hopelessly entangled in monofilament and multifilament gill nets and drown. When dozens of turtles get entangled, the fishermen are unable to extricate them and simply cut the net adrift. As it floats along on the surface of the sea, the cast-off net snags even more turtles. This multifilament gill net was washed ashore near the Devi mass nesting beach. There were 205 dead turtles in it. Most were pregnant females. Olive Ridleys are a protected species under Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act, and it is the responsibility of the State Forest Department to take all steps to safeguard the species. But in an alarming contradiction, the Orissa Forest Department has been systematically, if unintentionally, destroying the nesting beaches of the Olive Ridleys. For thousands of turtles to lay their eggs, nesting beaches have to be wide and free of vegetation, except for naturally occurring grasses or creepers. Although the Wildlife Wing of the Orissa Forest Department has known this for a long time, other wings of the department, such as the Social Forestry Division, and the Coastal Afforestation Division have been allowed to raise casuarina plantations on prime mass nesting beaches, leaving no space for the turtles to nest. Protecting some areas for turtles and traditional small-scale fishermen now will allow all sea creatures to breed and multiply in peace, and thereby benefit the entire fishing industry in the long run. The needless death of thousands of turtles every year is a national disgrace. Nowhere else in the world is an endangered species being killed wantonly in such numbers. The bountiful sea and all its creatures must be given a chance to recuperate. The greed of a few and the indifference of many must not be allowed to stand in the way.